Good evening, internet stream here on my first new Sunday stream, playing some standard tonight and doing something I really never do, playing some straight up combo. Yes, we've got a 3-card combo here. Let's see if we can't do some mind flinging. So, the Grixis Mind Flinger combo is a 3-card combo. It's based around the Mindskinner, which is 3 mana for a 10-1 creature. It's a nightmare. It can't be blocked, but if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. So, it's a hugely powered threat, but it turns its damage into mill, which I kind of like this card in mill decks, actually. It's not really widely played, so it's a little bit mopey. Most of the mill decks are in standard, I think, are sort of more combo-based. But we have actually a combo for winning the game with this via combat damage. If we can just take its special ability away at some point, a 10-1 is a pretty threatening creature if you think about it. So we're going to combine the Mindskinner with Stop Cold, this common enchantment from Thunder Junction. It has Flash, enchant artifact or creature. When this R enters tap enchanted permanent loses all abilities and doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. So we attack with the Mindskinner after the declare block step when the Skinner hasn't been blocked, because it can't be blocked. We cast the Stop Cold on it, meaning that it loses all of its text, so it just becomes a 10-1 creature. It's already gotten past all blockers by that point, so opponent just takes 10. And then we proceed to use a Callous Sellsword to just fling it at our opponent's face to close out the game. So that's 20 damage. One hit with the Mindskinner, Stop Cold, and then we fling for the win. So that is the idea behind that is the combination. Theoretically, we can do this as fast as turn 4. It's pretty unlucky we would do that, though, because we got these Charming Scoundrels and Greedy Freebooters that can create treasure for us going up the curve. It costs 5 mana to execute this combo. We have to already have the Mindskinner in play, because we don't have any way to, cast it and give it haste. That would take too much mana anyway. So we need 5 mana to combo off, 4 to cast the Stop Cold, and 1 to cast the Fling once the Mindskinner has gone through for its combat damage. So we can use Charming Scoundrel or Greedy Freebooter as chump blockers that also produce treasure tokens. So like if we get a Charming Scoundrel down on turn 2, it produces a treasure. That means on turn 3, if we make our land up, we play the Mindskinner. Then on turn 4, if we make our land up again, we have 5 mana to attack with the Mindskinner, stop it cold, and then fling it. Of course, that's pretty far-fetched, but of course we've got lots of card draw pieces to help us assemble these pieces. So as a combo deck, of course, we need to find the combo pieces. That's why we're running tons of card draw, including Sleight of Hand. We've got the Consult the Star charts here, probably our single best piece of card draw because of its versatility. We've of course got Stock Up here in the 3 mana slot, and we got a couple of Wishclaw talismans that, if we have a couple of pieces of the combo, can help us draw the 3rd piece on the critical turn that we attack, provided that we have the mana to do so. It's a little tricky to use this in a way where we don't end up giving our opponent the piece to disrupt the combo during our turn. So the sequencing is going to be a little tight. We'll have to be very mindful of that. Then, of course, we have to protect our combo because, it's just a 10-1 creature that needs to get in and attack. It needs to survive to attack, which is a tall order in standard these days. But we're running running a couple of spell pierces. We're running some duresses to yoink and or counter those removal spells. We also have a couple of bounce offs, which are, we're playing these basically instead of Into the Flood Maw, because I like the added utility of being able to bounce our own Mindskinner in response to a removal spell, replay it, and go for the combo again the following turn, something like that, on a later turn. And then we have to survive to execute our plan, of course, which means we need some amount of interaction. We got a couple of burst lightnings. We've got the bounce offs, which can bounce, creatures to buy us turns at a time, potentially. And we've got a shoot the sheriff and a heartless act, just as black hard removal that can kill important creatures that threaten us. So yeah, that's the deck. We're really scrambling to try to assemble this combo. We don't have much of a plan B. Theoretically, the Mindskinner can mill our opponent out over the course of 5 or 6 turns after it hits the battlefield. Not really a very realistic plan. Theoretically possible, though. It has happened once in testing, because we do have a lot of interaction, which can really help us to stay alive and not die to the bogosity of standard. That's our combo. We have a total of 23 lands, which is plenty. We can't really overload on always tap lands, because we might need to play an untap land on turn 5 when we go for the combo. Again, we're verging a lot. Hopefully we don't get screwed over too much by our verges. Really looking forward to the day that Blood Crypt is legal in standard again. The sideboard contains more stuff to execute our plan. We got Annul to counter artifacts and enchantments. We got Dive Down as another like protect our creature spell against decks that have a lot of interaction, like Temur and white decks. Duress number 3 is here to yoink those removal spells from those said decks. We have another Burst Lightning and a Braid. A Day of Black Sun, and a couple of Pyroclasms are additional ways for us to survive against weenie decks, WB Cub decks that are really aggressive and play a lot of creatures, small creatures early. We got 3 of Intimidation tactics to yoink the big beaters from those mid-range decks that have the chunkier threats that are really bad, like Ouroboros and Quantum Riddlers. We have a Negate as a supplementary piece of protection, and a couple of Soul Guide Lanterns are our graveyard hate. So that is the plan. We're gonna fling some crabs at our opponent's face. We'll see how this goes. You know, on paper it seems like a very tenuous combo, and you know, I'm not a combo player, so there's gonna be a lot of difficult decisions. Hopefully, I can play it pretty tightly, and we'll see if we can actually pull this off. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. ROFL Meow will be our first opponent. See if we can't do some mind flinging. Killing instead of milling with our Mindskinner. Okay. We are going to play. Maybe? Alright, we're going to be on the draw. And we have 2 of our 3 combo pieces. We're definitely keeping this. This looks like a fairly good draw. Restless Fortress. Okay. I think I'm just going to run out my Freebooter. So one thing we really don't want is for our opponents to gain life, because our combo does exactly 20 damage. So like we've got some Burst Lightnings. That's about all that we have to combat life gain. Okay, so they just warped their Starfield Shepherd. They've got a Momo in hand. No problem. I don't want to reveal Callous Sellsword. We'll just pass. Hold up, Shoot the Sheriff, or possibly just a little Consult the Star Charts. No, why does it have to be Sage of the Skies? You can't beat Lifelinkers, opponents. Why are you playing Lifelinkers? Well, I think I just have to kill the Momo. I think the discount it gives to... I don't know. Or do I have to kill one of these Lifelinkers? You know, actually the Lifelinkers are more threatening. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. Right, attack with our Freebooter. Please block. No block. Our last 2 lands in hand are Spire Bluff Canal and Starting Town, so no matter which we play, the other land is coming into play tap next turn. Okay, whenever you gain life, your opponent loses that much life. Yep. Alright, we take 5, opponent goes to 19. They're going to double up that. Probably safe to scoop at this point. There's no way we're going to find our other combo piece in time. And our opponent's going to be out of range of us, even if we do get the combo pieces. So let's just not reveal what we're doing. So that's we do have this giant Cinderball on our sideboard that we have just for decks like that. What else? I think I want Intimidation tactics and cheap removal spells. Pyroclasm might actually be good against them. That's probably about it. I think we can cut a Spell Pierce and a Duress. I don't think Bounce Off is very good against them because their life gain triggers are very frequently like ETB based. Yeah, I think we cut the Bounce Offs. Maybe we'll cut a couple of our weenies because they can't block anyway. Our opponent's creatures are all going to be flying or mostly flyers. Let's try this because they're Momo. Anything else? Day of Black Sun, maybe? Day of Black Sun on 3 could be good for getting those storm guys. Actually, I think I want a braid too. So now we come up against a question, you know, like what do you board out? How do you sideboard in a combo deck? Because you come across this decision of like, do you cut the combo pieces if you're boarding in a bunch of interaction that you need, or do you cut the card draw? And I'm kind of thinking you cut the combo pieces because the card draw can help you find your interaction and the combo pieces. So I'm going to cut a Sellsword. I'll cut one combo piece, one card draw spell. A Sellsword and a Sleight of Hand. Okay. Well, we can kill some cheap creatures, so that's good. We don't have any combo pieces, but we do have 2 good card draw spells. Charming Scoundrel? Yeah, we can keep a Scoundrel. Alright, play our Scoundrel. A little bit of chip damage. And I think we want to, do we want to just make a 2/2 and start getting in? Yeah, we want the treasure. We need the mana. There's Momo. Alright, we've got another flyer to play immediately. So we'll kill Momo. With our treasure? Nah, let's just let that go. So they get to ramp. I don't want to spend my treasure on this Burst Lightning. We can just kill it on our turn. We can't stop them from doing this anyway. I could kill the Starfield Shepherd, but I think Momo's much more of a threat. Okay, we may end up using our treasure here, but let's play this on blue and stock up. There's one piece of our combo, plus card draw. Let's attack. Okay, yeah, we gotta kill Momo here. Another warped Starfield Shepherd. Another Momo. Okay, there's combo piece number 2. Let's surveil. Mindskinner. Why don't surveil land scry instead of surveilling? I don't want this Mindskinner, but I also don't want to put it into my graveyard to reveal that that's our plan, but I think we have to. So let's stock up. Pretty much a whiff here. Well, I guess we'll take a backup Mindskinner plus a land. So we probably just play one of these Mindskinners next turn. Halia, no, don't gain life, don't gain life, don't gain life. Okay, Legend ruling themselves, still gaining some life. Alright, they can draw a bunch of cards. They didn't keep their storm creature, though. They're 21 life. That's very unfortunate. And they've got this Halia that's warped as well. So I could just, like, sweep and kill these creatures. Actually, the only thing that gains them life currently is Halia, who is in warp. If I play the Mindskinner, it gives them a target for, like, Sheltered by Ghosts. I'm gonna play the Mindskinner. Just see what happens. We definitely are in trouble here. Unfortunately, opponent's strategy is just very, very good against us. How many cards do they have in their library? 45, so only 5 successful attacks from the Mindskinner. Halia, yep. Alright, yeah, let's just consult. Little consult. Alright, we have our full combo in hand now. Unfortunately, it only does 20 damage. We do have Burst Lightnings in our deck, though. Let's do some skinning. I think that we have to do this sweeper, right? Because they cast one of these Starfield Scepters, they gain more life off Halia. So I think we have to just X equals 3 the Day of Black Sun. Kill everything. Play this Freebooter. Get Scene Ripped. Rip. Spell Pierce. Let's play a Mindskinner. I feel like they're gonna just cast one of these Starfield Shepherds next turn. Now, if we top deck Burst Lightning, we don't win, actually, because we still need 2 red sources. Ugh. There's Cecil. Pyroclasm. It does kill all their stuff. It kills our Mindskinner, unfortunately. But I guess we're on the Milieu plant. Okay, opponent scoops it up. They don't have the goods to beat the Skinner. Okay. Cool. I think we want all the intimidation tactics. So I have to think they're gonna board in their get lost and whatnot now. Which means I probably should board in a dive down. Maybe instead of Spell Pierce. Stop Cold, by the way, can be a very expensive removal spell, too. You can like, you know, take a creature out of commission for 4 mana, which is a lot. But sometimes you just gotta pull the trigger on that mode. Yeah, I'm thinking Duress and Spell Pierce aren't the play here. Let's try this. Okay, we don't have access to black mana yet, but we'll find it. We'll keep. We have a treasure we can generate. The old Starfield Shepherd. Also just finds him. He just finds a Momo. Ah. Alright, let's sleight of hand. Pyroclasm. Play this Surveillant. Stop Cold. Is combo piece number 2. We'll keep that. Momo. Sages of the Skies. Yeah, this straw we can't beat. Ugh. We cannot beat 2/2/3 lifelinkers. I don't know what to do here. I guess I have to just Heartless Act one of these guys. Just pretend like maybe I can keep their life total low enough that we can still win with our combo. Deep Cavern Bat. Takes Pyroclasm. An Overlord. Sure, why not? So we need Day of Black Sun. Like, let's stock up. See if we get anything crazy. Do we get our Black Sun? No. Yeah, we can just scoop. We can't beat their life gain. So yeah, we start off with like the worst thing that we absolutely don't want to see with the combo, which is too bad. We can't beat life gain. Maki, the standard bearer, is our next opponent. Doing some mind flinging. Combo. Alright, we've got one straight up combo piece. Good interaction. We'll keep no black mana yet, but we'll get there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Play this Verge. Leyline Weaver. Llanowar Elves. Alright, let's bounce the Weaver. Slow them down a little bit. Alright, we'll play this on blue. Enter tap, that's fine. Duress, probably a whiff. Detect Intrusion, Craterhoof, yeah, they're going for the full-on. Mockingbird, the Badger Mole Cub. Yeah, this is the full-on cheese here. First Lightning. But we don't have access to red mana currently, so we'll just play our Talisman. Pass. They have 6 mana currently. Okay, Greedy Freebooter. I think we'll play the Freebooter. More mana dorks. Sure, we'll block one of these 2/2s. Another consults. We can bottom that. Get our treasure. What do we want to do, though? Do we want to spend it to burst lightning? Or we could kick a consults. I think we want to burst lightning one of these mana dorks. Before we get crater hoofed. We are just dying to their combat. Anything good? Duress, Spell Pierce, those aren't good. I think maybe our deck might need access to one sweeper in the main board. Like Day of Dark Sun. I don't know, maybe not. Okay. Well, we have good tools in the sideboard for what our opponent's doing, including these intimidation tactics, Day of Black Sun, Pyroclasms. Just anything that can kill their creatures, really. Bounce Off is also really good against them. I don't think we need Spell Pierce or Duress. All they saw was a Greedy Freebooter. Cut a couple of these guys because they die to Pyroclasm. We'll cut one sleight of hand. Let's try this. Okay, Day of Black Sun is good. So is Intimidation Tactics, so we'll keep. Definitely want to do this turn 1. Gene Pollinator, Nature's Rhythm, bunch of land. Okay. Well, their hand is real slow. Of course, they just pollinate for the WB Cub, and that all changes. Heartless Act. That's sorcery, right? There's a WB Cub. So we can X equals 2 our Day of Black Sun. It also gets rid of their land, doesn't it? Each creature loses all abilities. I think it does. So yeah, let's X equals 2. Kill the Cub and the Sanctum. It doesn't lose that ability. Why doesn't it lose that ability? Each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities until end of turn. Destroy those creatures. Why does it retain the Earthbending ability? Okay, we're really not finding our combo pieces very well here. So, I think we kill this. Let's play a 2/2. Why not? Nature's Rhythm for a Badger Mole Cub. Oh wow, who would have thought? Huh, well, we kind of haven't drawn anything. Do we need to Wish Claw? But then I can Wish Claw for, I already used my Day of Black Sun. Pyroclasm keeps them off of Nature's Rhythm for Uroboros. But we give them the Wish Claw Talisman so they can just find an Uroboros. I don't know. It's all bad. Let's just pass. Nature's Rhythm X equals 5. Oh wow, Quantum Riddler. Wow, didn't see that coming. Okay. Draw another land. Oh my goodness. I think I'm just passing. Like, I could Wish Claw for a Pyroclasm to kill these. They still have their Quantum Riddler. I could Wish Claw for a Heartless Act to kill the Quantum Riddler. They still have their Mana Dorks, so they can Nature's Rhythm for something huge. Just, this draw has not panned out. It's just so dangerous to try to use this against them, because they can just play whatever they draw, and they have Craterhoof Behemoth. Nature's Rhythm X equals 2 for a Badger Mole Cub. So now they have 6 mana. Come on, opponent, do something. Okay. 6 mana. So they can Nature's Rhythm for a Mockingbird to copy Quantum Riddler. Sure, we'll block a Badger Mole Cub. What? They just floated a bunch of mana and then let their Badger Mole die. Okay, Mindskinner. Well, let's play the Mindskinner, and if we don't die here, we win. But we're not gonna win. they're gonna win. I think, can they win with what they have in hand? No, because they let their second Badger Mole Cub die. Sirach. Uroboros. Oh wow, are we actually gonna win? That's not a lethal attack. Okay. Let's Wish Claw Talisman. Get our Stop Cold. Let's go into full control mode. Attack. So, they cannot... They've already declared their blockers. They can't block. Stop our Mindskinner cold. 10 damage to you. Fling it. Okay. Wow. We somehow managed to dodge a Craterhoof there. I think we got a little lucky, but I don't think there's anything we can change. Maybe we add this Abrade. I'll cut one Wish Claw Talisman. Let's try this. One lander, opponent kept 7. We've got to bounce off. Like, our hand is good if we draw lands. Do we keep this? Like, we're against one of the best decks in Standard, so I feel like we're gonna need to get a little lucky. Of course, we have no actual combo pieces in this hand. I'm gonna keep, though. I think the Pyroclasm is really, really good. And please, Magic Gods, if you can hook us up with some lands. Okay, I'm gonna let the Llanowar live. Leyline Weaver. Alright. I think we want to get greedy. No, they could just play an Uroboros, and that would kill us. Although we do have Shoot the Shit, we can't cast it, though. We have no black mana. So yeah, I think we just Pyroclasm. Detect Intrusion, bouncing a Llanowar Elf. Okay. And here they play an Uroboros, untap their Weaver, and recast their Elf. Nietzsche's Rhythm, X equals 2. For a Badgermole Cub. Alright, let's Sleight of Hand. Burst Lightning is a good one. Let's Intimidation Tactics. Take the Riddler. Seal the Cub. Alright, I mean, opponent still has 5 mana. Mockingbird, copying the Mana Dork. Mindskinner. Skinny. So, as it is, they can X equals 2 for a Badgermole Cub and untap both their Leyline Weavers as they do so. Yeah, I think we'll just bounce one of these Leyline Weavers. Pass. They have this counterspell where they can bounce a tapped creature to cast it for 1 blue. Badgermole Cub time. So if I kill the Leyline Weaver in response, they detect intrusion, bouncing their Llanowar Elf. Then they have access to 3 mana still, so they can replay their elf plus... Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing my best, but this isn't looking good here. So we do this. They detect intrusion, bouncing Llanowar Elf. They get their Badgermole Cub. Untaps the Leyline Weaver. So they have access to only 2 mana right now, which is enough to play Llanowar Elf. Let's play Scoundrel. We're actually just gonna make it a 2/2, I think. Kill the Badgermole. Pass. Every thing that we've done in this game so far has just been to control our opponent's battlefield. Mockingbird copying the Weaver. And still, they're just primed to go off at any moment. They can X equals 2 for a Badgermole Cub. Untap their dudes, and then they can X equals 4. I think we lost. Let's see though, maybe we can combo off right here. Stop Cold is combo piece number 2. What creature will they be grabbing for 2 mana? I wonder. It's the Badgermole Cub. And now they have access to 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. So they can get an Earl Broyd. When is Wizards gonna learn that effects that just double your mana break the game? I don't understand why they keep printing cards like this. And VV, effects that just give you piles and piles of free mana. X equals 6. Oh, pardon me. I thought it was only 4 they could do. They could actually do 6. Meringue River Regent. Alright. Good game. Certified Fatty. So we're still 0-2. Certified Fatty is our opponent. We'll be on the play. Let's see if we can do some mind flinging. This hand looks fine. Yep. Iridescent Fine Lasher. Okay. Little Duress. 2 Unstoppable Slashers. Alright. Play a Freebooter. And a Scoundrel. We'll make a treasure token. Unholy Annex. Alright, well, we're gonna consult here. slashy. Okay. Grixis consults. Ugh. Okay, combo piece number 2 plus land. Let's... Sleight of hand. Wishclaw Talisman. Okay. Callous Sellsword. We don't need another Callous Sellsword. Play a Wishclaw Talisman. Pass. So we've got 2 of our 3 pieces. We've got piece number 3 on the table. We would just like to find a duress or something. Of course, it's entirely possible our opponent has like they have a deep cavern bat. Takes our Callous Sellsword. Yeah, we'll block the slasher. Consults? Yeah, we'll take a consults. Make a treasure. What do we do here? Play Mindskinner. Then we try to consult for a spell piercer. Yeah, let's consult first. Big D consult. That's not very good. Actually, that's pretty good. Bounce off plus Sellsword. Play the Mindskinner. Pass. Come on, opponent, just make your demon token. You know that's what you want to do. Bloodletter, there you go. Oh, well, we'll block the slasher. Well, bounce off, huh? Alright, well, we're gonna go for it. See, this is where I wish I had... Maybe one of the spell pierces in our sideboard should be a dive down. Actually, spell pierce will be pretty good here. They only have 2 mana. So let's grab up spell pierce. And then if we get this... Oh, we need to grab a stop cold, unfortunately. Okay. So we can't use our talisman for spell pierce. Well, we're going for it. We should be in full control mode. Okay, after blocks are declared. Hit your 10. Callous Sellsword. Fling it. At your face. Okay. That's the combo. So, Unholy Annex is a life gain deck. I think we want Intimidation Tactics, because they're unstoppable slashers and demons. We also want Annul, Duress, Negate. They have the Deep Cavern Bats also. I think we're just relying on Burst Lightnings for those. Maybe we'll bring in this Abrade, because they can also kill slashers, which killing them is enough to slow them down enough that it's effective counterplay. Let's cut these two guys. And then 5 non-sideboard cards, which are going to have to be either card draw, some of which are going to have to be card draw or combo pieces. I think we cut one of each combo piece. Keep our card draw. Alright, now we do have to cut a couple of card draw spells. I think it'll be 2 sleight of hands. Alright, well, Spell Pierce and Negate are good spells against them. But their creatures could be a problem with his hand. However, I think we want to keep. Mia. Okay. Consults. I think we're looking for removal spells. Unholy Annex. Yeah, we'll definitely counter that. Let's Duress. Tragic Trajectory, Long Goodbye. Take Tragic Trajectory. Actually, Long Goodbye would have been better, because this is sorcery speed. Now, play this Charming Scoundrel as a 2/2. No, that was stupid. This has First Strike. I should have just played it as a 1/1 and got a treasure, because I can't really block this Mia anyway, effectively. Bloodletter. Sure, we'll block, I guess. Alright, let's stock up. Heartless Acts. Plus Skinner. Alright, our draw's gonna be too slow here. Yeah, we're already dead. If they're gonna have, they have Deep Cavern Bats and what's her name? I'm actually, Burst Lightning number 3 can come in against Mia. That's fine. Against the demons, like, yeah, I just don't think there's anything else we have that's good. I don't know. Sleight of Hand is kind of important, right? Being able to do stuff on 1 mana. Maybe we'll just shave our card draw a little bit across the board like this. Try this. Yeah, we got 2 of the 3 combo pieces, as well as decent interaction. We'll keep. Stock up. Yeah, I think stock up is fine. If we can find land number 3 as our next draw, perhaps. Deep Cavern Bat. Kill it. Alright. How's that for convenience? Let's stock up. Alright, Mindskinner is combo piece number 3. Plus negates. Alright, we got all 3 combo pieces. We just need the land to deploy them. Alright, let's sleight of hand. Undercity Sewer. Spell Pierce. I like Spell Pierce. Timeline color? Sure. Alright, we will bounce the slasher. Can't recast it. Alright, play Skinner. Take 2. Tragic Trajectory. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna shock, because we're gonna need to stop cold this slasher. And I want to hold up Spell Pierce as well. Number 5. So, yeah, lesson learned. Leave them with the sorcery speed. Leave them with a more expensive removal spell. The slasher. Well, we have to stop cold these slashers. Unholy Annex. Yep, they can pay for spell pierce too. Alright, so I think we're gonna lose this one. Bloodletters plus slashers. Bloodletter, I guess. Yeah, it was all about which removal spell. We don't have our Day of Blackstone or anything, do we? Okay. Yep, very unfortunate. So close. Perseph 1, the Ambitious. Your next opponent. With our Mind Flinger combo. Hand looks fine, we'll keep. We got a Skinner. Let's play our Surveil Lantern one. Shoot the Sheriff. Probably gonna be good against Simic again. We'll just play a Greedy Freebooter. Growing Dread. So this is combo? Or this is this some kind of graveyard deck? What's happening here? Whenever you turn a permanent face up, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Just gonna pass. Gonna play this on blue. Kill that in response. What was it, I wonder? Do you get to see what card the card was? Growing Dread. Another Manifest Dread. Okay. Another Greedy Freebooter. They are Mindskinner. I don't know why I'm feeling bold enough to play that out. I feel like they're gonna try to do something which we're now tapped out for. Oh. Okay. Are they a graveyard deck? What is happening here? Threats around every corner. Manifest Dread. Omniscience. Oh, they're like a Kona deck? They can flip their face-down cards into Omnisciences. By flickering them. Abhorrent Oculus. Okay. Opponent scoops. Alright. I guess we want Soul Guide Lantern, Annul, maybe Burst Lightning. Anything else? Maybe a Day of Black Sun. So, what to board out is always the question. We can cut one of each of these guys, I think. Duress and Spell Pierce are good. Maybe because we're bringing in an Annul, we can cut something, like maybe a Duress. I think I'd rather have Duress than Spell Pierce. And then cut a Callous Sellsword. And to stop cold, let's try this. We cannot keep this one lander, unfortunately. Mulligan. This hand will keep, and probably bottom bounce off. Alright, play our fast land. Alright, let's play Scoundrel. Make a treasure. Pass. Spectral restitching. Sure. They get to manifest dread. Alright. Well, let's kill the Oculus. Pass. Opt. I'll take 2. Sleight of hand? Let's sleight of hand. So we are a combo deck, right? Meaning that we want to work towards assembling our combo. On the other hand, we also need land to make that happen. I think we need land number 4. Heartless Act. Like, if they're a Kona deck, we're just gonna need that. I don't know. There may not be a Kona deck. I don't see the lands. I think they're just trying to, yeah, do something like that. Spectral restitch their stuff into omniscience. No, it was just a land. Okay. Threats around every corner. Whenever you flip a face card permanent face up, you tutor a land. Sure. That's fine. Wait, why is it showing x equals 1 there? I don't get it. Okay. Pass. We'll do a little consult here. I want to be able to Heartless Act their thing when they try to flip it. I don't know, how many Spectral Restitchings have they played? 2 already? Another Oculus. Okay. Kill it. Growing Dread. I think we'll annul that. Okay, we've thwarted them pretty well. Vanifar evolved Enigma. Okay, sure. Put a plus on each colorless creature you control, or cloak a card from your hand. Opponent's cube step. I don't know what. Some kind of, you know, value-y thing going on with Oculi and Omnisciences. Doughboy Fresh will be our final opponent. See if you can't do some mind flinging. Okay, and looks good. We'll keep. Spell Pierce. We'll keep a Spell Pierce. I like Spell Pierce. So, Naya colored mana. Let's Duress. Origins. Okay, they're a Yuna deck. So, I guess we'll take Origins, because, again, we cannot deal with opponents gaining life. Dredger's Insights. Gotta Spell Pierce that. That gains life. Okay, let's Sleight of Hand. Get a Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Hand. Get a Spell Pierce. Yeah, we want to Spell Pierce that, Esper Origins. Overlord. Alright, we'll bounce one of these tokens. Consult. Yeah, we'll keep a Consult. Of course, they can Yuna, and Yuna can just start bringing stuff back. We don't. Okay. We'll pass. Esper Origins. Yeah, we want to counter that. Now we can't kick our Consult. I should have played this. Should have shocked there. Stock up. Let's stock up. There's combo piece number 2. Plus another stock up. Put this on blue. Stock up again. Skinner plus Stop Cold. Yeah, we might need to Stop Cold a Yuna. Yep, there's Yuna. Oh, and they get their Overlord. Okay. Untapped land. So, we maybe can win this. Yes, maybe. Let's shock. We gotta do this now, because they get ward during their turn. Stop the Unicold. Play Skinny. So hopefully they'll just recast Yuna And then we can win on our next turn. We need them to not gain any life. And to not kill us. Torch the tower. Oh, they have torch the tower. So we actually can't win. We can't win now because we're going to 2 life. Okay. They had the torch the tower. Intimidation tactics. Soul Guide Lantern. Annul. Duress, maybe? These are all stuff we possibly would want. Any chance we want this stuff? I don't think so. The creatures are all big. Except maybe they have Llanowar elves. So let's cut these guys and one of these. Yeah, they have fear of missing out, I think. I don't know if they play regular mana dorks. We also, I think we need the Cindermaw because they gain a bunch of life. We gotta cut something though, so we'll cut 1 bounce off. Maybe we'll just stay with 2 duress. And then we'll cut sword, skinny, and slight. Let's try this. Yeah, I like intimidation tactics against them for sure. We'll keep this. Sewers for Sellsword. I don't want to bin it because we boarded 1 out and it is one of our combo pieces, so I guess we're drawing the Sellsword next turn. Alright. Do some intimidation. Summon Bahamut, Dredger's Insight, Torch, Fire Magic. Throwing some red mana would be good. I guess we're just gonna pass. Do I go for a little consult? I think I do. Dredger's Insight. Does gain them a life. Ugh. We hate it when our opponents gain life. Alright. Little consult. Red mana, please? No. Sleight of hand. Soul Guide Lantern is good. Let's sleight of hand. They have a Clarion Conqueror in their hands. I guess it's a Wish Claw. Spell Pierce. Alright, let's play Soul Guide Lantern. Whenever one or more artifact and or creature cards leave your graveyard. Okay. That's not an artifact or creature. A Braid. We'll Spell Pierce that. Which they can pay for. Okay. I could have tapped it to draw a card, I guess. That was a mistake. Clarion Conqueror. Pretty sure we're gonna just kill that. Pass. Yep, we'll kill that. Thing's Iceberg. You're gonna Iceberg their own Clarion Conqueror? Okay. That's fine. They want to spend more mana to get that back later. I'm kind of cool with that. Get this Wish Clock Talisman. Spelunking. This we can spell Pierce. And they can't pay for it. Alright, we finally find some red mana. It's tapped. Opponent passes. They have no red mana currently. Alright, let's play this Cinder Maw. Get lost. We'll bounce it. Okay, well, they spent 2 removal spells, so that's good. But we have nothing. We have stone cold nothing. Momo. Draw land. And now they can, I'm sure they have Delirium enabled. Yep. I'm sure they do. And we just keep drawing lands. Apparently they don't have Delirium. They only have instant, enchantments, and land. It's kind of strange. Esper Oranges. Yep, now they're getting their double combats. And I draw land. Okay. Too bad. Okay, so our final record with this standard Mindflinger Grixis combo deck was a 1-4, which is, you know, my goal with doing this set of matches was to like try to combo off at least once during the matches, because in testing that didn't happen too many times, but we actually did get to do that, so I'm pleased with that. I think it is an interesting combo, you know, a 3-card combo that can win on turn 4. Like, if you could figure out a way to make that more consistent, I do think that's actually strong. The problem is, like, the standard format's just so interactive. It has to be, because of, like, all the things that you need to kill. It's just so, every deck is so loaded with creature removal. Cheap creature removal, because you need to be able to kill Badger Mole Cubs and whatnot, which makes it a little hard to protect a 10-1, a 1 toughness creature. It would be cool if there was some way to give this haste, but the problem with that also is now you're talking about 8 mana that you need to do the combo, so that's not really a practical solution for speeding up the combo either. I don't know. I think like it is in fact a 3-card turn 4 combo. So if there were a way to make it more consistent, it would be strong. Now I'm not a combo player, so I don't really know the best way to build combo decks. A problem that we have, you know, is that we have all this interaction, which you kind of need to survive, as aforementioned. But of course, these interactive pieces don't help us dig for our combo. So I think one thing for sure the deck should have is like some sweepers in the main board. I think a Day of Black Sun and like a Pyroclasm would help. Maybe we could shave some number of spot removal spells overall to have less removal, but just sweepers. And I think, yeah, Day of Black Sun would be the one I would choose, or Pyroclasm. Maybe one of each would be good. You would have to tweak the mana base, because as it is, it's a little hard to accommodate a double black spell as well as Mindskinners. But I think that's definitely the way to go as far as like reducing the number of cards devoted to interaction in order to increase the amount of cards to find the combo. Just get sweepers in there instead of spot removal. And then what do? Like, you try to bring the number of all these cards up to 4. You play more Duress and Dive Down to try to protect. Dive Down, I think another thing, come to think of it, I would change is replace one Spell Pierce with a Dive Down, probably. Because, you know, the skinny here is going to be the target. And Dive Down will always counter a targeted removal spell, assuming there's nowhere to run or anything, whereas Spell Pierce will not always do that. So yeah, I guess that's, to summarize, try to get sweepers in the main board, cut down the number of non-combo pieces or card draw pieces, reduce the overall number of removal in the main board by adding sweepers. And then there's still the issue of how you sideboard with this deck, and I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that. I'm not a combo player. Like, there's every game pretty much after sideboarding, we are either boarding out card draw pieces that help us find our combo pieces or the combo pieces themselves. So is it right to even do that? Do you board out the combo pieces or the card draw pieces? In this set of matches, we chose to board out the combo pieces, but is that right? So these questions remain unanswered, but I think that it's cool combo. I'm glad to see that we got it to work a couple of times, and I actually think with some improvement, there might be something here. Better minds might work on this or not. You know, another problem with the deck is, like, there are more combos that aren't as fast, that can't win on turn 4, but are, you know, they're better at keeping up with the metagame. It's hard to stay alive in the standard meta. So there's decks like the Bant Airbending combo that combo via their creatures, you know. So I don't think that combo can win on turn 4 ever, but it's a combo that builds a board as it executes its combo, and those creatures can do a good job of helping you stay alive and or, you know, just be a plan B in attacking your opponent to death. So you're competing with that in the combo space. So I think the key to having this be something people would want to play would be to make it as fast as possible, to really try to get those turn 4 kills consistently. Maybe there's a way to do that. I don't know. I might try working with this deck some more. So maybe you'll see the Mind Flinger come back again. But for now, I'm just glad that we got a chance to combo off once or twice. It's really cool to see the deck actually do the thing. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed watching me play some Mind Flinger combo in standard. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my stream every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday nights. I also stream non-MTG related games. So there's a link to my Twitch channel in the description if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I bid you all a good night, have a good week, and I'll be back playing more on Tuesday. Peace out.